teaching you how to make a storage table with crates. Here's what you're gonna need. We are gonna start by building the frame of the table. We are gonna be using pine lumber for both the frame and the drawers. We will start with our 12-inch wide boards, making the following cuts. 2 boards at 19 inches long, 3 boards at 15 inches long, and 1 board at 30 inches long. Before making any more cuts, we are going to rip all our boards to 2 inches wide. Once you have them ripped, you will have some extra pieces that you will need to cut down to match the final cut list, which is 8 boards at 19 inches, 17 boards at 15 inches, and 4 boards at 30 inches. Now we are going to drill pocket holes in our boards. The 30-inch boards will get pocket holes only on one end. 2 of the 15-inch and 2 of the 19-inch boards will get holes on both ends and going down one side, which will eventually attach to the tabletop. The remainder will get pocket holes on both ends. Now that you have all the pocket holes drilled, begin laying out and attaching your base by using 1 1/4-inch pocket hole screws. The 30-inch boards will be your legs, with the width of the board facing front to back. The 19-inch board will go from left to right and a 6.5-inch gap between each of the 3 shelves. The 15-inch boards will go from front to back, and there will be 5 total per shelf. These will be what holds your crates up when it's all built. Now that we have it built, let's go ahead and sand it. Make sure to smooth out all the edges and get out any imperfections. Once you have it sanded, you can go ahead and get it painted and stained. We are going to do a white chalk paint. It will likely take a couple of coats to get a good cover. Now that we have most of our table built, it's time to start making our crates. For this, you're going to need to cut your 12-inch wide boards to the following lengths. 3 boards at 14 inches, 5 boards at 18 inches, and 3 boards at 16.5 inches. Once you have them cut, you're going to rip 3 18-inch boards and the 14-inch boards down to 5 inches. The 16.5-inch boards will be 5.5 inches wide, and the remaining 18-inch boards need to be 2 inches wide. When all done, you will have the following: 6 boards at 5 inches by 14 inches, 3 boards at 5 inches by 18 inches, 6 boards at 5.5 inches by 16.5 inches, and 5 boards at 2 inches by 18 inches. Before we start assembling, we are going to cut a curved section out of 3 of the 2-inch wide by 18-inch long boards. This will allow you to pull the crates out easier. Once you have them cut out, we are going to go ahead and sand them down. Now we are going to use glue and a nail gun with 1 1/4-inch brad nails and attach our crates. The 5-inch by 18-inch boards will be the back, the 5-inch by 14-inch boards will be the sides, and 2 of the 2 by 18-inch boards will be the front, with a gap in between, and 2 of the 5.5 by 16.5-inch boards will be the base, with a gap on either side. Before we start staining these, we're going to go ahead and make our tabletop. We are using a piece of white pine that came from a lumber store that is rough cut 17 inches wide and 2 inches thick. First, we're gonna sand it, but we want to still see rough cut marks, so we're not gonna take it all the way down to silky smooth. We'll use an 80 grit paper first, then finish it with 120. Once you have it smooth enough for your preference, let's get to staining. We're using honey stain for the crates and the tabletop. We are going to stain it, let it sit for a moment, then wipe it off. Now let's stain the drawers, using the same process as the tabletop. Now that we have everything stained, it's time to attach the table to the tabletop. Using 2-inch pocket hole screws, we will finish the table build. Make sure you have the overhangs even on the base. Now the last step of the table is adding some poly. Do a heavy coat first, then after it dries, go ahead and lightly sand it with a 220 or above grit, then repeat. What do you want us to build next? Let us know in the comments below, then head on over to Red Amanda Mertz's YouTube channel and hit subscribe. From the workshop, I'm Amanda Mertz.